Welcome back to another episode of Money is Blind podcast. I'm your host Prasoon, and in this episode I'll be talking about the problems that you are going to face as a blind or a visually impaired person who's trying to build an online business. So, if you have been listening to my other episodes, you might be thinking that it is all easy, and if we have the right skills and mindset, everything is possible. But trust me when I say this, it's not going to be easy. It will be difficult for you when compared to another sighted person, because you are not using 30% of your brain. 30% of your brain is dedicated to vision, and memories depend so much on visual cues and the sight that we passively gather using our eyes. The light that falls on our retina transforms our world into visually beautiful images and photographs that our brain can understand. It is easy and passive for a sighted person to learn something. They just have to look at it. But a blind person will have to read it, convert that visual photograph or image into something which is accessible to him. It could be either a voice description of the surrounding of the image. If it is a text or a document, it needs to be converted into a screen reader, accessible words, or a voice file which the blind person can understand. If it is an image, somebody should describe you what is in that image, because only when you listen to that description, you use the auditory part of your brain to make it into a memory. I'm not saying that your memory is below average or anything like that. I'm just saying that we have limitations and we need to understand it. When you start an online business, it is going to be a challenge. Every step, every process, every system, every task that needs to be completed, it will take more time for you to complete it when compared to a sighted person. But that doesn't mean that you won't be able to complete it. It will take some more time, but if you have the right mindset, you will be able to complete it. So don't think that it is going to be an easy ride. As I described in Dr. Bhavesh Bhatia's biography episode, it will be difficult for you to get a loan. Your friends, your family members, they might be able to help you out when you are starting a business if you don't have the sufficient fund, that is. But don't collect funds from your friends and family members. Getting funds from close friends and family members is like the worst thing that you can do to them. If you are 100% sure about your ability to return it back to them, to give them back their fund, either as equity or as dividend or the full amount in cash, don't even think about it. Instead, try to get a bank loan. But getting bank loans for blind persons is difficult. I'm talking about my country. I think it will be the same, almost the same in other parts of the world as well. Mr. Bhavesh Bhatia had similar problems when he was trying to start his own candle manufacturing factory. But he eventually found help from the National Association for Blind in India, who loaned him 15,000 rupees in the 1990s, which he used to buy 15 kilograms of wax mold and a hand card. That's where he started from, and today he employs more than 3,500 visually impaired persons in his company and is one of the wealthiest in Maharashtra, India. So try to get loans from banks And never take fund from your friends or family members unless you're sure about repaying the debt. About bank, if you don't repay the debt, they will find out ways to gather the fund from you. And never start a business which makes you liable. Always start a limited liability company, an LLC or a private limited company. Register the company, register the business so that you are different from your business, so that your business is liable to all the losses it may suffer in the future. It doesn't affect you. This is going to be a gloomy episode. Why am I talking about problems? Because I've gone through this. I've gone through all these problems. Your friends and family members, particularly your relatives, your spouse's relatives, everyone is going to doubt you. Everyone is going to doubt your ability to build a business, to run it, and to scale it. They think you are capable of nothing. They think you are capable of achieving nothing. Most of them, I'm not talking about the loud ones, your loud ones. There might be some persons who believe in you, but not all of them. So consider this as a chance to prove them wrong. Consider this as the opportunity for you to prove them wrong. That is another thing which inspires me and motivates me to keep going, because I see all these problems as challenges. And I don't see big problems as huge problems. I like to see big problems as small problems so that I can jump over it, so that I can hurdle jump over it, so that I can move ahead, move forward, and be ready and prepared to face the next challenge, the next small problem. Every day, every week, every month, a different type of problem is going to come into your life when you start a business, and you should be prepared for it. Be ready for the storm which is going to happen in your life if you start a business. If you don't have the courage or the guts to face it as a blind person, to stay in front of it, to stand right there, ready to face it, and to overcome it, you should first make up your mind whether you should start your business or not. When you decide that it is the way that you need to go forward, that you have the guts and courage to do it, then start it. Start slowly, but make progress, because you should expect all kinds of problems in registration, in dealing with persons, in employing persons, even while dealing with your friends and family members. Once you are a business owner, the relationship will change, the communication will change, your priorities are going to change. So you should expect problems everywhere, and you should be able to tackle it, you should be able to overcome it. How can you do that? You will have to learn it. And where will you learn it? You will have to ask other persons who run businesses. You can find blind entrepreneurs through moneyisblind.com. And if you are not able to find blind entrepreneurs, blind businessmen, or visually impaired persons who run businesses, talk to other persons talk to other sighted persons who have their own businesses. How do they do it? And then figure out a way so that you can do it even if you are blind. Because if sighted persons can do it, it doesn't mean that you won't be able to do it. You will be able to do it, but you haven't figured out the right way to do it. That's all. If a sighted person can drive a car, it doesn't mean that you cannot drive a car. You can drive a car. You can hire a driver, ask him to sit beside you, and then drive in an open ground, a playground where nobody is there. You won't be able to drive on the road because our laws and rules doesn't allow that. But you can do it. If driving is not what you want to do, if you just want a car for commuting from point A to point B or for transportation purpose, sit on the back seat, be the owner of that car, rent a car, and let the driver take you around in the car that you own or hired. You can do it. This is just a simple example that I wanted to tell you. There are so many ways that you can do things which sighted person can. And you just have to think about it on how you're going to do it. If you think hard enough, if you think the right way, you will figure out a way to do it. And that's how blind persons run their business. And that's how I created multiple businesses. And that's how hundreds and thousands of blind persons have become rich and wealthy, because they had the right mindset. They developed the skills. Every skill which is required for a businessman is learnable. If a sighted person can learn those skills, you can also do it. You should believe in yourself. You should believe in your abilities. And only if you believe in yourself, and only if you compete with yourself to improve, that's when you are going to become a true entrepreneur. That is when you are going to become wealthy. And you will get all the guidance that you need in moneyisblind.com, because this website, the podcast that I host, is to inspire you, to motivate you, to let you know that you are going to face problems. It is not going to be an easy ride. There will be hurdles. There will be challenges. And if you are ready to take the journey, I'll be there acting like a voiceover or a talkback to help you navigate that road till you reach the end. Does that sound fair? Alright guys, so today I don't have anything else to share with you. I think this episode motivates you a little bit more to start a business. And if you have been thinking that running a business, an online business, is easy, it's not. That's what I wanted to share in this episode. I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.